For some players, Nikola Jokic is the greatest draft pick in NBA history, while for others, he still hasn't proven himself to be in the same tier as other greats, which makes it all the more intriguing to see what the NBA community really thinks of Nikola Big Honey Jokic. The NBA community's reaction. Nikola Jokic has established himself as a top 3 player in the league and could very much be number 1. Far gone are the days when he drank 3 liters of Coca-Cola a day. That pudgy teen has transformed himself to be a slightly less pudgy self, but incredibly dominant on the NBA court. So much so that former players like JJ Redick believe that Jokic truly is the best player in the league, surpassing the likes of Giannis and LeBron.
Nikola Jokic is the best player in the world right now. If you don't believe that, I will respectfully disagree with you. There's no shade. There's no hate. You're allowed to disagree with that statement. He's the best player in the world right now. He's on a historic playoff run. There's not really an answer.
As Redick mentioned, Jokic really is on a historic run at the moment, which included setting a few triple-double records throughout the season and playoffs, which left the Inside the NBA crew marveling at Jokic's greatness. This is what they had to say.
Every night, you come to expect the triple-double.
Well, he's great. He's great. He's great. Unfortunately, in the world we live in, he's going to be judged by what him and his team does in the playoffs. For me, personally, it's an honor and a privilege to watch him play every single night. You don't just walk out of bed and get triple-doubles. And the thing I like about his triple-doubles, too, it ain't like 11, 11, and 10.
Yeah.
Now, Jokic has been so great that players like Kevin Durant can't do anything but appreciate the greatness when playing him, even when his shots look a bit unorthodox. This is what KD had to say about the Joker.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. I felt like all of those shots felt like they was easy shots, you know. And he just played a game at a pace that you can't speed him up, you know. Fluster him, he's strong, he can make every shot. I mean, I hate when he makes shots because he's so unorthodox, and it's like, oh yeah, that's a miss, and then it goes straight in. You know, he's incredible, and I thought he carried them all night tonight, scoring the ball. Like I said, him and Jamal do a great job in that pick and roll. It's so tough to stop, but we just play extremely hard. You're not gonna stop these guys, and you know, they're efficient players, but we play hard. I think that made up for it.
Now, sticking with the Suns, KD's recent teammate Devin Booker is also lost for words when it comes to slowing the big man down and finding some kind of success against him. This is what D-Book had to say.
Yeah, Devin, when you just look at just the way Jokic is playing, I mean, how do you slow that down?
Good question. We're trying to figure it out. It's tough, man. You know, he can make sure everybody's involved at the same time. So you don't want to overhelp because he'll spray it out and they're shooting threes on the backside. But, you know, if you leave the matchup there one-on-one, you know, he's going to make you pay for it. So, you know, we just always talk about making it hard, making it tough, trying to wear him down. You know, he's doing all that offensively, and at the same time on defense, you know, he's up on all of our screens. So he's playing out of his mind. You know, he's doing what he does.
The Nikola Jokic puzzle has also had other NBA players confused. One in particular is another big man in Karl Anthony Towns, who basically thinks that Jokic is unstoppable because of his unique gameplay. This is what Kat had to say about the two-time MVP.
He is a very talented player. I've known him since we was in high school at the Nike Hoop Summit. He's always been very talented. So I got a lot of respect for him. We both have a lot of respect for each other, a lot of mutual respect. So he's doing his thing in Denver. They made that team for him, and they all rally around him. So he's definitely a tough guard because he could do a lot of things, you know. He could do a lot of things, especially around the basket. I didn't realize until we were playing the series, he's 290.
Yeah, he's
a big boy.
Big dude.
Yeah.
Now, one reason why Jokic has exploded onto the NBA scene after being drafted in the second round might be his ability to take criticism and improve his game. At least that's what Draymond Green hints at after he applauded Jokic for working on his defensive game after Green criticized him. This is what Draymond had to say.
I'm like, if they're going to ever be a good team, he's the back line of the defense. He has to be good defensively. And I showed 4 clips him not rotating over as the low man, him not moving. 4 clips. And I was very critical of him. He came up to me that following year and he said, hey, he said something along the lines like, I saw what you said about my defense or something. You were right.
Jokic's steady improvement earned him 2 MVPs and has etched his name into the NBA history books. But as he continues to improve his game and is dominant on all levels, his teammates like KCP have even compared him to LeBron James. This is what KCP had to say about the big man's IQ.
Kenny, as mentioned, you've played with LeBron recently, and now you're playing with a great in Joker. Could you tell us, you might be the best equipped to tell us just how similar these 2 players are?
I feel like the only difference is that Bron can jump higher than Jokic. That's the only difference that I can see. I just love playing with Jokic, man. Willing passer, just dominant big man down there, and
Now, one of the things that makes Jokic so dominant is that he is aware of his game and knows how to maximize it according to the type of defense the other team chooses to play against him. That is what Paul George found out firsthand during his battles with the former MVP. This is what PG-13 had to say.
But he just knows his game. I think he's a player that just knows who he is on that court. And you put a small guy on him, he punishes him. Somebody his size, he uses his smarts and wits. It's a tough matchup, and it's one that we failed to figure out so far.
Now, one person who seems to be excited about the possibility of figuring out the Jokic puzzle is none other than the defensive juggernaut Kevin Garnett. KG's passion for the game is really unmatched, and you can definitely see that come through as he speaks about what he would do if he was guarding Jokic.
The first thing I'm finna do, I'm finna initiate the fight early. Soon as you take it out and you're trailing, man, I'm waiting on you. I'm at the free throw line at that end waiting on you. And guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bump you a little bit. We're gonna run up together. I'm gonna bump you a little bit. I'm gonna be able to smell your cologne, your hairspray. I'm gonna be able to smell. I'm gonna bump you a little bit. By the time we get to the 3-point line, I'm gonna run back because I got some responsibilities. As you go in the pick and roll, boom, we're gonna go in the pick and roll together. I'm gonna walk you there. Hey, go, I'm calling it. Hey, go under us. The guard gonna come under. If I got to show, I'm gonna show early. But I'm not. I gotta switch it up.
Now, it really would have been pretty epic to see someone like KG try and stop Jokic. However, not everyone is truly sold on Jokic's greatness. DeMarcus Cousins made it pretty loud and clear that he doesn't think Jokic deserved 3 MVPs in a row because it would put him in a tier of player where he didn't think Jokic belonged. This is what Cousins had to say.
I'm not okay with it being 3 MVPs in a row because it then becomes a conversation of, is this the best basketball player to ever touch a basketball? And I think we can all agree on that and say it's not. Not saying he can't be, not saying he doesn't deserve more down the road, but at this stage in his career, I'm not okay with saying that. He hasn't won anything. He hasn't been to a final. It's a lot of things still in play for that. So that's my only concern. And now we're in the conversation. At this point, he's the best center of all time.
He's going
with 3 in a row?
Yeah, 3 in a row.
Can he dominate? We're putting him over the likes of Shaquille O'Neal, Hakeem Olajuwon, Tim Duncan, and it's just like Wilt Chamberlain's. That's a tough conversation to have.
And Cousins isn't alone when it comes to doubting Jokic. Danny Green went as far as to pick Embiid over Jokic when it comes to starting a team. This is what Green had to say.
Nikola has a better passing and, quarterbacking aspect to him and can actually play center and point guard for you if you will. But if I need scoring and I for sure want to be all right, I'm going to make sure I have a scorer, somebody I can count on to give me a bucket whenever. Not saying Jokic can't do that, but I would definitely go with Joel, who also can protect the rim a little bit better. So for me, I'm going to probably go with Joel.
But there are plenty of players on the side of Jokic. Gilbert Arenas even went as far as to argue that Jokic is the best draft pick since Michael Jordan because of where he was drafted and how much you got out of him. This is what Agent Zero had to say.
Better than LeBron?
Yes. Right, you have to do your numbers. Well, LeBron is a number 1 pick. So the number 1 pick supposed to play like a number 1 pick.
I feel it.
Jordan was the number 3 pick, which actually helps his boost of what he did. Joker's a 2nd round pick. So for a 2nd round pick to actually play like a number 1 pick.
It's pretty clear that most of the NBA community is in love with Jokic and his game. He has far exceeded expectations and continues to improve his game without a hint of ego and arrogance, which might be another reason why he is so universally loved. Now, if you enjoyed this video, then please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the little bell beside it so that you're notified the next time we upload a new video. And that being said, you just watched us break down what the NBA community really thinks of Nikola Jokic. We'll see you next time.